I only called at Tesco's for some milk. It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I was surprised to see all these things reduced. Anyway, this is what I got. Some Simply Chicken sausages. Some of them have been reduced 50% or more. Look, from 3.20 down to 1.22. The bread, 65p. The blue Stilton cheese, finest range as well. £3.10 down to £1.55. The egg custards, and they were 85 down to 21p. And the organic little yogurts, £2 down to 68p. People often ask me, what time do you go? Just whatever time you go have a look at the reduced section and see what you can find. You might be pleasantly surprised. Well, that's the last of the apples from my car boot. Some there that want using up. You can see that they actually start to discolour a little bit on the skin, but once you peel them, they're fine. There's only one I think that I've lost. Gone a little bit bad. But right from October they've been in my car boot. So if you see any when you're out and about in autumn, where am I going to store them? Just put a few in your car boot. How much are apples these days? The headlines today. Inflation. There's been a surprise rise in inflation. Well, I don't know about you, but it didn't surprise me whatsoever. And apparently, food inflation is the highest it's ever been. Well, I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing. Wherever I am, when I'm out and about, I will keep going up and down the aisles and looking for things that are reduced. This is an example of what I've seen over the last, 5, 7, 10 days, something like that. Anyway, today I actually called at Sainsbury's and I went up and down the aisles, but look what I found. These used chip shop fish, 2 extra large ones, from £5 down to £1.25. And then further on I found this Chinese inspired chicken curry recipe mix, down to 10p, and it serves 4. And it's actually like spices, it's not a liquid. So what I would do is use some of that and then fold it over, maybe put a rubber band around it and use it twice. And then look at these. I actually saw the notices on the shelf down to 74p, but it was just the plain chocolate that was there. But they sometimes can be a bit crafty, especially if people have seen it and they want to save it for themselves. They'll put it right to the back if they've seen it. And that's where I went, right to the back, and there was about 20 of these there. So I picked up 4. Nice for me, but also nice as a present or a nice thank you for somebody. And the date on them is, can I get that in focus? September 2023. And I had seen hair dye when I've been looking round, but not the ones that I wanted. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you've probably seen me buy these before. And at one time there were 2 for £12, then they went to 2 for £14, and now they're 2 for £16. And they only had one, and then again right at the back of the shelf I found this one. Clearly the box has been ripped, but there's everything in there that should be in there. So I bought it. 2 for £16, and I just fancied some lamb's liver from Morrison's. £1.74. But as I was looking round, look, they had hot water bottles reduced down to £3.50. So even though it's spring, and even though we've got summer on our minds, keep looking out for those bargains that you might need over the winter. And with summer being on my mind, I was really pleased to find these. I actually went to the designer outlet at MacArthur Glen Designer Outlet near York, and I went to Marks and Spencer's and I found these tracksuit bottoms, quite thin, ideal for summer, and in the clearance department they were £7, but when I looked there was 50% off all the clearance clothes, so that worked out at £3.50. And today is Thursday, and the Chancellor, the Bank of England, has just put interest rates up again, 4.25%. And I was reading the finance pages, and it actually said that food inflation is now the highest that it's ever been at 18%. So with that in mind, I'm growing my own again. And if you saw my video where I collected wheat, it was a Sunday video, I'll put in the link below. I've been keeping these wheat kernels actually in the boot of my car in a paper bag as opposed to a plastic bag, because they need to breathe. So I'm planting those to grow some wheatgrass. And I've been looking through my seed tray as well to see what I've got. To grow all these, I'm growing on my windowsill, and I thought I'll just do some microgreens again. So what I actually found was some chicory, a few fennel seeds, and some lettuce seeds. So I planted all those up ready to grow. Hopefully they shouldn't take too long, probably maybe a week, and I'll see them coming up, because it's actually getting a little bit cooler again today. So that's the wheatgrass and the microgreens, and now I'm going to do some sprouted seeds. These are actually food grade seeds that you find on the aisle of the supermarket. And I just pop them in a jar. You've seen me do this before. Pop them in a jar, cover them with water for a day, maybe 2 days, and then just start rinsing them and drain them after you've rinsed them. And you'll find that in about a week they'll start to sprout, and then in about 10 days, 14 days time, you can use them as seed sprouts. But the seeds that you put in the ground are entirely different. They've got usually like a fungicide on them to stop them rotting. And I've also, when I buy salad onions, I always make sure there's some roots on them, and pop them on the windowsill and just keep cutting the tops off and using the tops, and they'll just regrow. And that's my dinner ready. So with these prices in the supermarkets rising, even though there's more salad things now, even if you've got no garden or just container garden like I have, grow your own. And I never waste anything, so this is just what's left of that spinach that I got reduced to 10p. That's the last of it there that I'm having in the salad, with a jacket potato, some of the last of my apples that I foraged last year, and some of the chicken sausages that I got reduced. Take care, people.